will never regret to be here tonight with us. Let's go, party is going on.
The certificates over the blockchain, first of all, it's
All right. Hello, everybody. Hey, this is Daniel Higgins coming to you live. Welcome to this episode of Daniel's Den. Everybody under the sound of my voice, thank you for joining. Today, tonight, this afternoon, just depends on where you're at in this awesome world we live in. Let me do a quick audio check. Okay, it looks like everything's good so far. So thank you for coming, guys. I'm going to jump in pretty swiftly because I'm telling you right now, Mr. Matthew Taylor did an amazing job on our presentation earlier today. So if you're wondering why we're so excited, you definitely want to jump into that information that was shared if you are on my Facebook page, right? So thank you everybody for joining us. I have Miss Sunshine Reggae, Richard James, and several other people on different platforms. So welcome. I'm going to start this conversation how I should almost always start every conversation. This is for the dreamers. This is for people who want more out of life, who are chasing a dream, who have a goal in mind, who have a burning desire within them that is, hey, they want to reach something. They want to head somewhere. They have something in mind, something that's tugging on their hearts, something that is pulling them towards their greatness. Okay, so this is for the dreamers. This conversation is geared towards those individuals who want to shift into being world class, those type of individuals that have that passion within them. Okay, so that's who we're talking to tonight, and I know that you are that person, right? Because you would not be connected and you would not be live with me tonight if that was not the case, right? And I agree, Richard James. Yes, Mr. Matthew Taylor did an amazing presentation. So what's really cool is within our global ecosystem, within our Wealth Builders Worldwide family, we have people who take their skill set and their time, right, to pour into us. It is an amazing thing to see leaders from all different walks of life share their gift of sharing information, share their gift and their passion, maybe even for numbers, share all these different skill sets, because no one person can understand maybe a global entity or a global ecosystem. But when you come into a community, each piece kind of starts fitting together. And I'm telling you right now, our Wealth Builders Worldwide leadership is like none other. All right. But I digress. So I gave the little disclaimer. We're talking to the dreamers, right? I'm going to talk a little bit about a shift. And I'll be very transparent because this is a shift that's happening not just within me, but within our whole global group, right? We're learning more. We're expanding our horizons. We are learning more about ourselves personally, especially if you've been connected to class and session. You kind of know a little bit about why I'm saying that, right? Our mind and our focus is just growing. We want to help more people. We want to empower more people. So the shift that I'm talking about, there's several layers to it. One layer, yes, is a financial shift. But before you get to that financial shift, there's some key things that you want to be aware of. Your mindset, your belief system, you're predisposed to some things, right? We are predisposed to a certain way of thought, right? We've been cultivated and built in to a certain environment. That environment has fed us certain words. That environment has fed us certain things culturally. So you want to be aware of that and start examining those belief systems and seeing, are they helping you? That's why I started out by talking about the dreamers, because the dreamers are going to be like, hey, listen, this belief, this mindset is not serving me. It's not helping me get to where I need to go, where I want to go, and where that dream and that desire is pulling me towards, right? So we have that honest conversation with ourselves about, hey, listen, this is not lining up with where I want to go. This is not lining up with what I ideally want to reach, okay? This is not going to help me get to my goal and dream, right? So you start saying, and it always starts with a dream. Everything always starts with a dream. I love what we did in class and session earlier today with Brother Eric Teray Muhammad, man. It's just so good to hear success stories of people, and the success pattern is there, right? Somebody sees a glimpse of their future. Somebody sees or has a glimmer of, hey, I want to do more for my life. I want to do something big, right? I want to move into my divine calling. I want to move into what I've been created to do. You start having that pull and that tug, and you're like, I need to make a shift. I need to do something different, right? So because of that, I'm reading an amazing book, and it's absolutely challenging my thinking, and it's also expanding my thinking, because once I said again, your belief system, your foundation, that's where you're going to come from, right? So here is something to challenge and help you shift your mindset, right? So Steve in this book says, money flows to ideas that solve problems, and ideas are limitless. Money, therefore, must be limitless, right? I don't know about you, but growing up in New York, I didn't have an idea of money being limitless, okay? We got the money doesn't grow on trees. We got the, hey, listen, conserve this, conserve that, right? So that mindset was given to me. But the world class, which is what Steve Siebold is talking about, the world class people, the elite people, have this thought process that an idea is going to bring your abundance as you share that idea, as you share something that's going to solve a problem. And I'm telling you right now, if you've been live with our webinars, you know that Wealth Builders Worldwide, and you know that Gold Standard Partners is solving a huge problem in several trillion. I didn't say anything wrong there. They are solving several issues and problems in several trillion-dollar industries. So with that in mind, the ideas limitless. Money, therefore, must be limitless. So if money is limitless, but we don't have any in our account, or we have a small amount in our account, then we know that we need to adjust. Oh, there we go. Let me fix that light. We know that we need to make an adjustment with our belief system. You know, our amazing mentor, Mr. Michael Delco, said this several times. He said, if you don't cut the grass, it just keeps growing. If you don't cut this, it just keeps growing, keeps growing, keeps growing, because our world is set up in an abundance principle. But for some weird reason, we were given, I'm just going to speak for myself, I wasn't given an abundance mindset when it comes to finances. So I have to uproot that, and I have to recondition, especially my subconscious mind, to line up with the current goals that I have for myself and for my loved ones and for my family. So that is huge. You got to examine those belief systems when you're like, man, I got this dream. I want to make this shift. I want to reach this goal. I want to shift to doing something that I know that I should be doing. I should be helping more people. I should be empowering more people. I should be reaching out to more people, right? I should be helping or empowering or having certain results. That was another big thing, that the results that you're getting are always going to be based on your belief system, right? So you want to work on that, cultivate that abundance mentality, right? So here it is. The world class employ ideas, people, and money to further expand their empire. Now, this one really, really got me. People of average intelligence build fortunes through their beliefs, positive expectations, and focus. Now, what's great about that is that everyone can start tapping into this success principle. Every single person underneath my voice, or hearing my voice, excuse me, underneath my voice. That sounds interesting, right? So everyone can tap into this. This book, and just so you guys know, I'm reading this amazing book, How the Rich Think, right? Now, we have several wealthy individuals within our Wealth Builders Worldwide family. So we definitely have some successful entrepreneurs and successful mentors that we can tap into. So this lines up with everything our Wealth Builders leadership continues to say, especially Mr. Ty Bess. He's always talking about focus. He's always talking about persisting, right? He's always talking about the dream, the struggle, and the prize. No exception. Everyone has a dream. You go through a time of struggle, right? Because you got to have that time where you're building up your beliefs, you're building up those positive expectations. He's always been talking about focus. You got to focus in and be dialed in on what your goal is. So we have the dream, the struggle, and the prize at the end as you get the results from that. So we want to encourage everybody on the sound of our voice, right? Definitely, that's a great book to read, to tap into, but you're going to want to make that shift. You're going to want to make that shift for the dreamers on the line, for the people who have a passion that they're really, really like, man, I got to do this. I got to chase this. So it is just great to be with everybody today. Thank you guys for joining Daniel's Den. I know it's Friday night. I don't know what people do Friday night, but I wanted to share this content with everybody that's under the sound of my voice. So thank you for everybody joining. I see a few comments. I'm rolling right now. So this is definitely for the dreamers. This is definitely for the people who have that passion that's burning within them. Think and Grow Rich is an amazing book. You definitely want to grab that, scoop that up. That is the foundation for a lot of what Bob Proctor talks about. And I mean, Bob Proctor is on point, but it's great that we actually have a mentor in our Wealth Builders Worldwide team that has been financially free for 26 years. 26 years. His adult children, what's going on, Veronica? Welcome in. His adult children have never worked a job, never applied for a job. Listen to me, guys. That is another opportunity for you to have a shift. Do your kids have to work a job? When you are exposed to something, this is another big point that I wanted to make as we have this topic today. As you're exposed to something, those quotes that I exposed you to, that the thought process that I'm sharing with you, the experiences that people have had, and the success stories that we share with people, it's going to stretch your mind. That's what I love about being on Class in Session, is because it's continuing to stretch our minds. And once you're exposed to a thought, your mind can never go back to the same way it was before. So once you hear that someone's been financially free for 26 years, that seed is planted and your mind is going to start to stretch. Once you hear that his adult children have never worked a job, they started retired. They started financially free. Then when you hear someone left their six-figure job, right, for financial freedom and more finances, tapping into seven figures, that expands. Oh, wait a minute. It's possible. It's possible. When you hear people like Dr. Patrice Gordon and Miss Lisa Gordon paying off their house 11 years early, you're like, oh, that's possible. And you expand your mind. When you hear, let me pull this up. As I'm talking about this, I'm flowing right now. I'm flowing. When you hear that someone earned and got a $400,000 property during our dream incentive, and that money has been deposited into his account in real time by the name of Mr. Steve Coates. And his wife got a $20,000 luxury watch. They both earned those items. And the gentleman is already a millionaire and tapping into creating even more wealth for his family. Got a $400,000 deposit into his account to go ahead and get a villa or a living quarters or a mansion of his choice wherever he wants to in the world. And I've known this gentleman for several years. When you hear that, your mind will never be the same. And he was actually the runner-up. There was 2,000 prizes given out during our first Dream Incentive. The number one prize was given to Mr. Brian Crumley. This gentleman used to be homeless, and now he got a $1 million deposit live during our Dream Incentive. And he has the honor and privilege of building a villa or $1 million home anywhere in the world. From years ago being homeless to getting and earning a $1 million villa or estate wherever he wants to be. And if you've ever heard Mr. Brian Crumley speak, you know he only speaks from one place. He speaks from his heart. He speaks directly from his heart. Right? Woo! So once you hear these things, once you hear these success stories, once you hear, you're going to start expanding your belief system. So you're going to want to challenge that belief system. So I'm going to come right back to this quote. Money flows to ideas that solve problems, and ideas are limitless. Money, therefore, must be limitless. So we have an opportunity here. Will you shift? Will you go ahead and make the shift? For the dreamers, they know they got to shift. They're looking for a vehicle to do it with, but they know they got to shift. Something's pricking on them. Something's tugging at their heartstrings. Something's just in their brain that they just can't get out of their brain. Something is just in them, and they know they need to make an adjustment and a change, right? They just know it. It's within them. It's innate. It's something that they need to do, right? I love what we heard during class and session earlier today, where a lady was saying she earned $500,000 in her business because she had a limiting belief, because that's what she was earning in her employment. She left that employment so that she can have her business and have the flexibility to grow, but she ended up bringing those same beliefs into her business, and it capped her at her $500,000. When she learned how to move that belief system out the way and enhance it and replace it and make that mental shift and that heart shift, that's another thing. It's not just mental. It's gotta be a heart condition. It's gotta be something that you have with a burning passion, desire, right? So it can't just be in here. It's gotta move to down here too, right? So now she shifted, and she was able to be very successful in her business and earned well over $300,000 in a short period of time. In a few days, she was able to earn that amount. So success leaves clues. If you're going to do it, tap into that belief system, restructure it, examine those beliefs that you have within yourself. Examine them as much as you can and dig up the ones that do not work and are not working for you, right? Bob Proctor talked about a family member that was sharing something with him, and he was like, God bless her, but that thought was wrong. So you're going to have to filter through certain belief systems that were given to you from different people, and you're going to want to know and how to identify your real teachers from your fake teachers. So E.T. says it like this. E.T. says, as he was chasing his dream and starting to build his organization, he knew he couldn't take the principles that his mom was giving him and try and apply it to make him be successful in what he's doing, because his mom didn't reach that economic level, so he couldn't take certain principles and beliefs from her. He took the work ethic, he took some of the basic beliefs, but some of the things he couldn't take with him because those thought processes, that belief didn't help him shift into the success that he needed to have. So you got to examine that. You got to look at that. All right. Now, thank you guys for hanging out with me today, tonight, this afternoon. Absolutely get back with the person who's sharing this information with you so you can tap into your shift. Our Wealth Builders Worldwide team literally has live events every single day that are designed to not just challenge your mindset, but to help empower you, right? So you want to get back with that person. And just to be abundantly clear, because I know I have new people on our team and new people connecting with me, I do not talk this much in real life. When I'm connecting with people in real life, I'm short and sweet. I say, hey, listen, are you open to earning more income? Let's move forward. If they're open to earning income, I share information with them to help them. If they're not open to earning extra income, I say thank you for your time, and maybe I come back to them in a few months. But what we're looking for and who we're speaking to is we're looking for the dreamers, people who know that, hey, listen, there's some things that's off, and I want to be the person that shifts into something new that's helping people all around the world, but also that will help them, empower them financially too, right? So we don't want to exclude anybody, right? So thank you, everybody, for hanging out with me today, tonight, this afternoon. Everyone under the sound of my voice, once again, we have live support every single day. Tomorrow at 10:45 Eastern Standard Time, we have a live power call. Let me go ahead and show this to you. Take a screenshot of this. I know I'm going to have to update this shortly, so forgive me. I'll update this later on. But it gives you an idea of all the success team that we have here ready to help you, right? We have live webinars twice a day, Monday through Saturday, one at noon and one at 9 p.m. that gives you the details about this amazing business. But we want to tap into giving you that shift. Man, there are so many successful individuals on this screen right here. I'm telling you, you do not want to miss out on having all the support you need from our Wealth Builders Worldwide family. So get back with the person sharing this information with you. If that person is me, you go straight to y1income.com and get your free registration completed, right? What do we do in Wealth Builders Worldwide? We get paid in Bitcoin and Ethereum for sharing about our global entity called a G999 blockchain. It's just a fancy words for a whole new global ecosystem, okay? All right, guys. So thank you, everybody who hung out with me today, tonight, this afternoon. Get back with the person sharing this with you. If that person is me, go straight to y1income.com, get your free registration completed, and we will see you guys on the next live stream. Once again, thank you for participating. And for everybody, all the gold gladiators, ow, ow, ow. We'll close out with the GS Telecom app that is available right now for download. You can go to your Google store, you can go to Apple Store and download this app.